Hello all, welcome to oratornews.com. In this session, we'll discuss about how do we schedule a BI report dynamically. Nothing but how do we pass a set of parameters dynamically to a BI report. So let us consider the use case. So the use case is here, we want to consider a GL general data report wherein we want to pass the from date as well as to date dynamically. Okay, so now how do we pass these particular dates? And generally, in most of the real-time requirements, you may have a set of data report wherein you want to get the current data report or bi-weekly report or like a monthly report or yearly report, and wherein we want to pass the set of date parameters dynamically. So for this, Oracle has provided a dynamic set of date functions using which we can achieve a certain set of functionalities. So here, if at all, if you want to achieve this kind of requirement, so Oracle provided this set of functions like a wherein a SYSDATE function. And here, if you observe the syntax is we have to use a flower braces, then the dollar symbol. In that, you have a SYSDATE function. The SYSDATE function, we know that it gets the current date of the system on which the server is running. And similarly, you have a function called first underscore day of month, which gets the first day of a month, the current month, and the same way last date, and the first day of year and last date of year. And also we can use the expressions on these particular functions. You can perform addition or subtraction. And here, if you observe the syntax carefully, the flower braces, dollar symbol, and then in the middle you have a certain function or expression, then you have a dollar symbol and enclosure of that. So this is how we can pass these set of parameters. So we can pass for the date parameters to a report at runtime. And how do we schedule it? Assuming that you have a report wherein you want to pass parameter, the dates parameter dynamically, what you can do is once you have a report, you click on schedule, click on more options, click on schedule. And once you click on schedule, you'll find a couple of options. The first one is the parameter. In the parameter, you just pass a similar functionality. In this case, I just passed the first day of a month as well as last day of a month. Nothing but that is my criteria. Nothing but I want to get my monthly report. And the criteria is always the first day of a month as well as the last day of a month. And then the output, I just mentioned the template. And then we have a schedule like how do you want to schedule what is the frequency monthly, and I want to run this for every month, as well as I want to get the report on the last Friday of a specific last Friday of a month. And then how do you want to send the notification, how do you want to notify? So I want to mention my email address. And once you have done this, just click on submit. You'll find you have to mention the report name. Then once you have to click on submit, and then it says the job is submitted. And once the job is submitted, you can find out the information in our ESS job also. It tells you the ESS BI job, and it has the parent job, and under which you have a couple of schedules. And how do you check the schedule from the BIP itself? You can just again click on the report, click on more options, click on jobs. And once you click on jobs, it shows the list of information of your report, like what is the schedule and how it is running, what is the frequency, everything you can get from here also. So this is how you can find the information of the schedule. Now let us just try the similar functionality. So let me show you the data model as well as the report. So first of all, let me show you the data model. In the data model, it is a GL data, and I have two parameters. And here, what I'm doing is I just mentioned the batch creation date is between P date from as well as P date to. Let us see the syntax of P date from or a data type. So you can observe here the date time is like this. And as of now, of course, I mentioned the default value, but you can ignore. And this is the format of the date parameters. And here you can run the functions. You can pass the functions, the date functions in the data model also. Now let us say I want to run. Maybe I can just instead of the year, let us say I'll pass like my or maybe a last 30 days data. So I can just pass sysdate minus 30, sysdate minus 30 as well as the current date. Nothing but this particular execution will get you the last 30 months data. Okay, sysdate is nothing but current date, and it will get you the last 30 months data. And you can see the parameter values here. You can observe here the sysdate minus 30. It's almost like a 7th May, and today is like a 6th June. So that's how I'm getting the data. And the same thing, you can you can pass the functions the data model, as well as you can pass the function while running the report also. Okay. Now let us run the report again. So now I'm running the report now. So here I'll pass the in the to date as my current date, and in the from date as the last 30-day period date. So just pass it and click on apply. You should get the last 30-month data of GL general lines. Okay. Now, how do we schedule it, right? So let us see that now. Click on catalog, go to the report, click on more, click on schedule, and here you just pass the information like how do you want to pass it. Let's say I want to, yeah, so I want to get, we can either pass, like a first day of a month or last day of a month. Let us say I want to pass my current date, and here I want to pass, assuming like every 30 day I want to report, and output, we can mention the template, and you can have the destination, and click on schedule, and check the frequency. How do you want to run the report, right? How do you want to run the report? Every minute or every, like a daily? Let us say you want to run this report every day. And what you can do, you can mention the start information as well as end information. Let us say this report will run the consecutive 5 days, and every time, you can pass the current date. Now let us, instead of passing like this, we can just simply pass this date -1 and this date. So what will happen? So every day it will get the information of that particular current day. Now let us say I want to run this report. I want to run this report, SYSDATE -1 and SYSDATE. So nothing but here the schedule is every day, and I want to run it 5 times. Like the frequency is daily, and out I just want to end by June 11th. Okay, and click on notification. In the notification, just mention the email address. How do you want to notify the completion of this report? You can click on submit and mention the report name daily. Once you click on submit, it says the job submitted, and you can just go to the ESS job and just click on refresh. You should be able to see a latest ESS job which is running now, and it has a specific frequency. And now, if you at all, if you want to see the schedule of your report, and what you can do now, as of now, I'll just click on return here and click on more. You can just click jobs. So yeah, just click on history. So if you observe, right, once you click on jobs, it has to show the information, right? So let's see that. Yeah, it got refreshed now. You could see that, like this is a report which, this is the job which I ran just now, and this is my earlier job. So now and if you at all, if you want to see the what is the frequency you have mentioned, just click on this particular report job name. You can find all the information whatever you mentioned. Okay, and you can see the date parameters. So this is how you can just pass the respective date. Of course, you cannot achieve everything. Like maybe there are certain requirements which you cannot achieve, but generally, like it supports a couple of date functions using which you can try to schedule a report. And here the major thing is, why are we considering date parameters? Because generally we want to consider a monthly sales report, right? Then what we require, like I just want my son's like monthly sales report. I want to get the current month report, and I want to schedule it every month. So you can, instead of running it manually, you can just schedule it so that you can get the data every month. Okay, so this is all about, like scheduling the BR report dynamically. Thank you.